Life should not only be lived, it should be celebrated. Minister of Education and Technical and Vocational Training, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin. Permanent Secretary, Mistress Lorraine Ambrister. Deputy Permanent Secretary, Mr. Ricardo DeVoe. Director of Education, Dr. Marcellus Taylor. Deputy Director, Mrs. Sharon Poitier, Ms. Sharon Poitier. Members of the Bahamas National Spelling Bee Committee, coaches, contestants, a pleasant good morning. I am Acting Education Officer, Mistress Celestina Cooper-Williams, and Chairperson of the Bahamas National Spelling Bee Committee. This morning, we as a committee not only celebrate the gift of life, but we are elated to commemorate 25 years as an organization. Over the years, the Bahamas National Spelling Bee, with its direct connection to Scripps International, has been a vibrant branch of the Ministry of Education, providing avenues for avid spellers to improve their spelling, vocabulary, and literary skills through the National Spelling Bee District and final competitions. We are also here to celebrate the accomplishments of 21 outstanding bees who were successful at their various district competitions and have the opportunity to advance to the 25th Annual National Spelling Bee Competition, slated for Sunday, the 20th of March, 2022 at 3 p.m. Sea Breeze Ballroom, Breezes, Cable Beach. Let us pause as we give a round of applause to our 21 contestants. And I would like to add that we have 13 of them here with us in New Providence and 8 of our Family Island contestants who are joining us via Zoom. As we mark this milestone, the contestants wanted to pay a courtesy call on our new Minister of Education and Technical and Vocational Training. Please welcome to the podium our Permanent Secretary, Mistress Lorraine Ambrister, who will officially introduce our Minister of Education.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Celestina Williams, to our Honorable Minister, to our Director, to our Deputy Director, Ms. Poitier, to our Deputy Permanent Secretary and other officials, members of the audience who are joining us live. Good morning. And congratulations, permit me, before I introduce the Minister, to say congratulations to all of our bees and all of their parents and teachers and guardians who've done so much and have brought us this far. I'll salute you all, and we wish you all the very best in the upcoming competition. Let me just say that the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin is no stranger to any of us. Certainly this is my 3rd time working with her as a public officer. She is a very committed and dedicated servant of the people, and she's very much committed to the advancement of our young people and ensuring that they arrive at their full potential. For all of you young people here, we know that your potential is to continue to enhance in the world of spelling. And so she's just been very committed to every child, and she is here as evidence of that commitment. So Minister Hannah Martin is an accomplished attorney. She is a very long-serving member of Parliament. She's served in several ministries, and she's extremely competent and dedicated to the task. And the Prime Minister really could not have chosen a better person to be the Minister of Technical and Education and Technical and Vocational Training. So I invite you to applaud the Minister as she comes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. Good morning, everyone. I want to thank the Permanent Secretary for her very kind words. I appreciate it greatly. The protocol has been established, and so we have recognized the ministry's leadership in the room with us this morning. I want to say that I am very proud, boys and girls, of your tenacity. TENACITY, tenacity. The root. No, don't get carried away now, okay? This tenacity gave you the boldness of spirit to step forward and engage in fierce, FIERCE, fierce competition. You are a stellar, STELLAR, stellar example to children, young people, and the entire nation. Believe it. I want to encourage you to continue pressing and tapping into your great reservoir, RESERVOIR, reservoir of gifts, your great reservoir of gifts and talents, and setting the pace and standard and tenor for young people everywhere. I congratulate you for rising to the top. I believe who you are and what you will be will take our nation into a new day. I want to encourage you not to look left or right. Stay focused and keep moving. I wish you all the best in the upcoming competition. And of course, you're already champions. So that speaks for itself already. And I want to thank the coaches, the committee, the parents, and everyone who has worked in helping to support and prepare these young people and believing in them. And I want to encourage all of you as you go into competition, stay confident, be bold, remember all that you have been taught and coached into, and I want you to know that whoever emerges as the final winner, that each of you have already risen to the top. And it's just a further refinement we're looking at. But certainly you have left the competition behind to a very large extent already. I wanted to just end my remarks by, which is not really germane to what we're discussing, by remembering one of our employees, Ms. Dawn Culmer, who was the Deputy Permanent Secretary for the Human Resources in this ministry. And she left us on Friday unexpectedly. And, she was a part of this team. And so we are a team too on this side. And we think of her this morning as we're here. So I just want to end by saying to you young people, do your best. Don't be too nervous. And just be confident. Be confident. And I believe that regardless of the outcome, that each one of you will be seen by the nation as the future hope of this country. Because we want our country to be all that it can be, a place of excellence, a place of accomplishment, a place of courage, a place of attainment. And I believe you represent all of that already. So when you go into competition, it will just be a rollout of who you are. So I wish you all the best, and we will be watching, and may the best boy or girl win. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Minister Hannah, for your remarks. Hannah Matin for your remarks. At this time, we would like to officially introduce all of our students who will be participating in our 25th annual Spelling Bee competition on Sunday. When I call your names, kindly stand. As I mentioned earlier, we are joined by our 8 contestants from the family of islands, and we will begin with them first. Representing Abaco District, we have Anya Hepburn. From North Central Andros and Berry Island District, we have Jada Adams. From South Andros and Mangrove Key, Ashton Forbes. Representing South Central Bahamas, hailing from the island of Cat Island, is Shamaya Eugene. Coming from Grand Bahama, we have 2 contestants in the persons of Janvi Bomaneni and Jonathan McMins. From Exuma, please help me welcome Cheston Taylor. And finally, representing the Eleuthera District is Shohan Bryan. Let's give all of our Family Island contestants a round of applause. And we see them on the screen right now. And we say a pleasant good morning to you all, and we are so happy that you are joining in with this, this courtesy call on our Minister of Education. Here in the room, we have representing the associate schools, we have Jules Carey. Kindly stand. And we have Mariah Smith. Pardon me, Jules, you can remain standing, Mariah. Jules Carey is representing the Meridian School, and Mariah Smith is representing Genesis Academy. Let's give both of them a round of applause. Representing the BAISS, that's our independent schools, we have 3 contestants. We have Arav Balani from Life at Key International, Roy Seligman, also from Life at Key International, and Maria Sanchez from St. Andrews International. Give the 3 of them a round of applause, please. Representing our Catholic Board of Education, we have Dante Pratt. And Dante Pratt is coming from St. Thomas More. And we have Alejandro Asuama. Please pardon me if I pronounce your name incorrectly. And he's representing Xavier's Lower School. So let's give them another round of applause. Representing the Southern New Providence Secondary District is Kanaya Sayers from Anatole Rogers High School, Junior High School. Representing the Northern New Providence Secondary District is Kylie Morse from D.W. Davis Junior High School. The Western New Providence Primary District has 2 representatives in the persons of Shannon Smith from Stephen Dillett Primary School and Maria Sylvester, also from Stephen Dillett Primary School. Finally, from our Eastern New Providence Primary District, we have Alex Duville, representing Palmdale Primary, and Anwar Rowe from Sadie Curtis Primary School. Those are our 21 contestants. At this time, we are going to invite our minister back to the podium, who will answer any questions and will entertain our contestants. Minister?
Okay, I'm here. How's everybody feeling? How the cold? Yes, cold. How are competitors feeling? You feeling good? Good. How about you? I could see it. Take it easy. Take it easy. Just do your best. You can't beat that. All you can do is be your best. Yeah. How about you? How do you feel? How are you feeling? Too many. That's why it's cold in here. Everybody's nervous. You're putting up the putting down the temperature. Relax. How about Sadie Curtis? How are you feeling? Where's the Sadie Curtis student? He's not here. Okay. Stephen Dillett. How is Stephen Dillett feeling? Cold. How about in our islands? We have Alexis Simmons, Jadis Adams, Ashton Forbes, Chester Taylor from Exuma, Janvi Bomaneni, Jonathan McMins, Sohan Bryan, and Anya Hepburn. How are you all doing?
It's very cold.
It's cold where you are too? Yes. What's the hard? What's the
I'll do my best. I'm praying, trusting in God, and I'm blessed beyond measure because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made.
What do you say? Listen here, you so blessed. It's incomprehensible. Just embrace it, man. Embrace it. Anyone else nervous in the room? No? Just take it easy. Do your best. That's all you can do. How you think I feel when the polls close and they're counting the votes? Oh, it's rough. But but once you've done all that you can, you just stand. So I expect all of you all to stand on that day, and we'll be watching. Anyone else? Any questions? Any concerns? Any observations? How about you, Mariah? No? How about the Lyford Key student? Cold? And then Mr. Seligman, yes, Mr. Seligman. Stan Seligman. Hi, yes, we're very proud of your accomplishments. Thank you so much. That's how you do it. You let the world know the Bahamas is in the house, okay? Don't let no one get mixed up on it. Oh, Bahamians are incredibly gifted people, and you all are examples of that right now, because you've just been so outstanding in your performance and attainment. So, any queries? Yes, we got one. You're not in the spelling bee, the way. You look young enough, but
Yeah, I just wanted to, well, thank you so much for entertaining us
Yes.
this morning with this event.
Can you say your name, please?
I'm Katina Seymour from the Lyford Key International School.
Katina Seymour, Lyford Key International School.
Yeah, so I know you've encouraged and motivated and inspired our contestants. And I think people underestimate the amount of work that teachers or coaches, I know parents are a part of it as well, but in terms of the role, I think we have more coaches in terms of educators who've been, throughout all of the things that have been happening in our country with education, who needs a bit of encouragement as well. So if
Yes.
there's something you can say to our coaches so that we don't lose it, it's been talking about 25 years ago, this we has been, going, and sometimes life, everything happens, and sometimes the support and the encouragement weans over time. So is there anything you can say to our educators who are in the room, those who are joining us perhaps online, and then those who are going to watch this whenever, just to say to them, let's keep going. This is something that we're doing really well in the Bahamas with, and we don't want to slack in our rides.
Yeah. Thank you, Ms. Seymour. I'm glad you mentioned that. I think we tend to take for granted people who set the foundation and who put the fire under the excellence. And I think as a people we have to begin more to establish an appreciation for everyone who moves the agenda forward, and particularly with our educators, and in this instance, the coaches who have put in tremendous hours and themselves great sacrifice in these young people. Yes, we have to recognize that, and truly, it's the young people. Our nation will not excel unless we all put our shoulders to the wheel and do all that we can to advance our people. And so I thank the coaches and the teachers and the parents who have supported and held up these young people, because I know it's not easy for them. They're preparing for competition, they're nervous, they work hard, they put in tremendous hours, they're pressured, and yet they keep pushing forward. And those trainers who work with them are part of this process also, and they share in the attainment of these young people. And so, yes, I want to take this opportunity to say thank you, which I did earlier, but I want I've explained it a little more in terms of how I see it. Just want to thank you for what you've poured into these young people. It's the only way we can advance. And we have a lot of challenges right now in our nation, and we have to do all that we can to ensure that we shift the direction and take the nation forward in the way in which it must go and should go, because we have so many talented, gifted Bahamians in this country in abundance. I mean, God was so generous. It's unbelievable in what he has done in this nation, and we don't want to lose it. And so everyone who contributes to the fullness of it, we have to really appreciate them to the fullest. And I thank every single coach and trainer and everyone who has supported these young people, and they're well worth it. And we appreciate what you have done, because they are symbols of the possibilities of our young people everywhere. And really they're just beginning, and I believe they will go from strength to strength to strength in this country and even globally. So I thank everyone who has supported these young people. Okay, and I've been sent a note to ensure that I do not forget Ms. Patronella Roll, who has been providing the foundation of much of what has been accomplished with the spelling bee, and she's now retired. Is she here, Bish? Right here? You retired? This is Patronella Roll. Thank you. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so let us now, I'm just going to, how long is this session? Oh, okay, so we won't keep you here because it's cold, but I want to ask a few of the participants who are here to just share some thoughts with us. Let me see, Shannon Smith. Stephen Dillett again. Where's Shannon Smith? Shannon. Shannon, when you come, I want you to tell us what was the he needs to get the microphone. Come. I want you to tell us what was involved in the preparation and what that was like. You take your mask off. What was that like, preparing for this competition?
A little bit hard.
Hard? Why is that?
I didn't know too much about the words.
Mm-hmm. So you had to learn the words all over.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. You put in a lot of hours?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And what was that like? Did you feel tired, or what made you keep going? What was it inside that kept you going?
My heart.
Hmm?
My heart.
Your heart. Woo! Oh. That's deep. Your heart kept you going. What was your heart telling you?
I keep going.
Keep going. Keep going. What is going to tell you on the day of the competition?
Keep going.
No, say that with power and say it strong.
Keep going.
A little stronger.
Keep going.
One more little stronger.
Keep going.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. And I want. Okay.
O'Brien from
Brian. Okay. Sohan, Brian, are you there, Sohan?
Yes, what we wanted to say was, as we've been studying and practicing all of these new words, we got to a word T-shack that was very difficult for us to spell. And what we wanted to know is, Minister, what's the hardest word you've actually ever had to spell?
LOSE, lose. I can't remember. You know, it's been a while since I've been in school, but you know, some of those tricky words that don't really, that, you know, you just have to learn them because they don't fall into the pattern of what we've learned in terms of, you know, how would you call it? But phonics. Learn your phonics in terms of phonics, etc. You know, just memorizing. But I think a strong foundation in reading is fundamental, and we have to really ensure in our schools that there's a strong foundation, because we learned the other day, even in mathematics, literacy is important. So, you know, but thank you. I think that's really the hardest word, and so far I haven't really been able to spell it in some aspects, but in other aspects I have, and so. But you keep moving, you know. My father always tells me, you know, they do you a favor, keep moving. So I keep moving. I think we have Mr. Seligman here. He wants to share some thoughts about, he was in the last competition.
Won the last two.
Yeah, he was in Washington.
Yeah.
Just tell us about your experience.
Okay. So I started spelling when I was in 4th grade. I got into it because I used to read a lot of books, and Miss Seymour, who is really crucial in my spelling career, she encouraged me to do the spelling bee, and she was the one who really pushed me to my full potential in my like first few spelling bees. And then I developed a passion for spelling, which is really important because passion is like half of what you do. If you, if you put a lot of effort into something that you're passionate about, it won't feel like work. You know, they say if you do something you like, you won't have to work a day in your life. So I developed a passion for spelling, and that really accelerated my accumulation of knowledge and words and all of that. So, yeah.
Don't go yet. You're the 3-time Bahamas Spelling Bee champion. What's the difference between the local competition here and finishing 4th overall at the Scripps Spelling Bee competition in Washington? What is the difference in terms of preparation and the outcome?
Okay. In terms of preparation, you have to take it way more seriously. All the words are on a whole nother level. They're much more difficult, and you really have to look for more obscure resources and words to be well prepared for the Scripps, to be prepared for the Scripps National Bee. It's an unfamiliar environment as well, so it was very scary for me, and it always will be to anyone, I think. Going straight from local, you know everybody, you've been there, and you're in a whole different country with unfamiliar people and everything. In terms of outcome, it's way more competitive. Over there, there's people who have been pouring a majority of their lifetime into this. So you really, you shouldn't, let's say that it's much more competitive, and there are a lot of people who have been putting their whole lives into this. While you may not have a lot of experience is a lot. When in my first year, I was like very scared. I was like shaking and all of that. But as you get more experience, it becomes less nerve-wracking. You're calm up on stage. You have a better chance of not messing up. And yeah, Scripps is very difficult in that aspect because you need a lot of experience to be successful. Some of my friends that I've met through Scripps, they've been doing it ever since pre-K because it's like a family tradition sort of thing. So it's a completely different environment over there, and people are on a whole nother level.
Thank you very much for that advice to the new ones who are competing for the first time. And the one thing I did notice, he has a very extensive vocabulary, and I think that is the spelling bee really helps to develop a vocabulary because each word has a way of just expressing things like no other word. Yeah. And once you know what that word is, you have hit the nail on the head in expression. And so that's another benefit for all of you who are in this spelling bee. I think we have another young lady here. What's her name? Jules. Which school is that? I go to the Meridian. Okay, Jules Carey of Meridian is going to share some thoughts with us.
Hi, my name
Take
is.
your mask off.
Oh, sorry. Hi, my name is Jules Carey. I go to the Meridian School. This is my first year. I was very nervous for districts, but then I realized that I won. The studying was kind of difficult, but I got used to it. And I just want to say that you shouldn't underestimate people just because they're in 4th grade, because I am.
Go ahead.
I study in the mornings, I study in the evenings. I sometimes do practices with my dad, and I look over the words with him every day. And it's kind of cool going to the national for the first time because then I have bragging rights to all my friends. And the words that are most difficult for me, I would probably say, are any French word. I'm not that good with those. And
Thank you so much, Jules. We have another. You want to come forward? Yeah, well, go ahead. I thought you were nervous. What happened to that one? You're not nervous? That's another one where the vocabulary is coming through. And she said, don't underestimate a 4th grader. Amen. Hello? What's your name? Alejandro. What's your last name? Aswan. This is Alejandro.
In my school, in Xavier's, I could only start in doing the Archdiocese Spelling Bee in grade 4, and I'm now in grade 6. In grade 4, I wouldn't say I was depressed, but I was disillusioned because in the Archdiocese Spelling Bee, I was extremely close to coming to the nationals. I came 4th. If I would have come 3rd, I would have been in the nationals. So I was extremely disillusioned, and I didn't really feel like doing the spelling bee anymore. I had been winning my inter-school spelling bees since the 1st grade, and I thought grade 4 was my first chance to go to the nationals. So after seeing that not happen, I thought my spelling dream was crushed. But then my parents, especially my mom, she encouraged me to continue in grade 5. Last year, I didn't do so well because I was still with the mentality that I couldn't do it because I couldn't advance the year before. So I didn't even advance for the Archdiocese Spelling Bee because I admit that from my part, I didn't really put in as much effort because I was disillusioned. So now this year in grade 6, again, I considered last year a catastrophe, and my parents again They pushed me, and my coach, Miss Kerr, she was also very crucial. Her and my mom and my dad, they were the three main factors in me returning this year. And I was nervous in the school spelling bee. I came second in my school spelling bee, and I came second in the Archdiocesan spelling bee. And I'm here for the first time, and I'm still thinking. I'm still scared because I don't know how I'm gonna do, because I thought I was supposed to be here when I was in 4th grade, but I was supposed to be here in 4th grade, but destiny didn't want it, so I'm here 2 years later, and I'm extremely scared. The two Lyford Key students, especially the reigning champion, he intimidates me a lot. He intimidates me. It's very difficult, very difficult. It's gonna be very difficult. I was praying, oh my God, I don't want nothing to happen to him, but please don't let him participate this year. Don't let him participate this year. That would give me better chances to go to Washington, but he ruined me, so. But I am happy to be here, but I still think I should have been here in the 4th grade. But I'm happy because I knew one day it was gonna happen, even though sometimes it feels like a lot to handle because my father's always pressuring me into studying. I come back from school, I complete a ton of homework. I have spelling lessons. First I complete my homework, then I have my spelling lesson with my coach, and then he makes me study more, and then when I want to go to bed, he makes me study more. So I sometimes tell myself, why did I ever decide to enter this? Because he makes it mortifying for me. So big words. It's
The other thing about that, learning these words and the vocabulary, is the ability to express aspects of what you're feeling that might be difficult for many people. And I think Alejandro did that very well just now. And let me just say, right, one day you'll thank your father for keeping you focused and on the course. And all the best. And I think we have Janvi and McMinns, Jonathan, who are wanting the microphone right now.
My name is Jonathan. Good morning. My name is Jonathan from U.W. Campbell Primary. How I prepared for the bee was long hours of studying and practicing. It was overwhelming, but I continued to push with my coach and my mom.
Is Janvi there also? Janvi's not there?
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hi.
My preparation for the spelling bee was I would mostly practice with my mom, and then after school I would go to Miss Bullard's class and practice with her. And depending on the day, after I go home at 6 o'clock, I would practice with my principal. Afterwards, the spelling bee has sort of pushed my homework into going like really later. Yesterday, I completely forgot I had homework, and I had to do it like at 10 o'clock because I was studying so much for the spelling bee. and my mother kept on yelling at me because I forgot to do the spelling bee, and I also had a test the other day, so I forgot to study for that as well. But yeah, it's good.
Well, it paid off, eh? Didn't it pay off? You rose to the top. You rose to the top. Thank you very much. Is Cat Island online? Do we have Cat Island?
Yes, we are.
Yes, yes. Let's hear from Cat Island. What was that like preparing for the spelling bee?
Maya. She's a little bit shy. Maya, tell them what's prepared. All right, she doesn't want to talk, but we've been preparing.
Tell us about the preparation that you both went through.
All right, every day we prepare lunchtime and after school on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then on Saturdays, we also prepare spelling in terms, we spend like 2 hours every Saturday preparing and going over the words. And the words that she gets wrong, we go over those ones until she gets it right.
Okay, and y'all are ready?
Maya, you ready? Yeah, we're ready.
Do we have Central Eleuthera High? Have you heard from Sohan? Did we hear from Sohan? Brian? I think we heard from Sohan. Yes, we did. Do we have Kania Sayers in the room? Kanaya? Kanaya, you want to come share some thoughts with us? Kanaya is from Anatole Rogers.
Hello. Well, my preparations for the spelling bee is pretty tough because it's not really that bad because I get a lot of motivation from my family and my friends. So it's not really like bad, but it makes me really anxious because I've been in the spelling bee since grade 4. So returning was pretty hard because I'm a really like anxious and nervous person at times. But I take it well, knowing all the motivation I get from my coaches, my mom, my cousins, family in general. So it's good. I study every day, basically. I try my best to get it in whenever I can because I have a lot of homework. And I also help my siblings with theirs. So, yeah, that's
excellent. All right. Well, that's the whole picture. We appreciate that, Kanaya. I'm going to ask one more, and let me see. Young man right there. I forgot your name. What's your name? Come. Dante Pratt from St. Thomas More. We have a bias group in here. We're breaking the bias.
Morning.
Good morning.
My preparation for the spelling bee was hard. My mommy pressures me every day to learn my words. And I used to get some wrong. And then she used to go over the ones with me, what I got wrong. And then I used to start getting them correct. And then in grade 2, I started the spelling bee, and then I kept getting second and third place. And then my mommy said I could do better. And then I said, thank you. And then, that's it.
That's it? Thank you very much, Dante. I've been told, okay, I've been told that's a cut now. I want to, again, really encourage all of you. Do well, do your best, be confident, be courageous, keep a clear mind, be bold. And I am certain that you will all do well. And as I've said before, every single one of you have distinguished yourselves nationally in this country. And so you have a lot already to be proud of. You have a track record. And this is just the next step in a track record. So do your best. Do your best, and you can't do more than that. That's what I always tell everyone. You cannot do more than your best. But guess what? Your best is spectacular. So do well, and I think we're going to have a vote of thanks or something. But I thank you all, and I wish you all the best in the islands and here in New Providence. Do well, and we'll be watching, and we are rooting for each of you. And don't be intimidated by the competition. Amen. Okay? Do not. Be inspired by the competition. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister Hannah Martin. Let's give her another round of applause. Your comments are well received. I just want to say to our listening audience as well as to our executive team sitting here, we are expecting our first team of Family Island delegates to come to New Providence on Wednesday, and then the remaining persons will come in on Thursday. On Saturday, we have a motorcade planned so that the nation can see who our outstanding bees are. Let's give them another round of applause. And so you will hear a little bit more about that. And then we also want to say that our 21 bees are being featured in the Nassau Guardian this morning. And so if you haven't gotten a copy as yet, please get a copy. And to our bees, you will get your own copy of the Nassau Guardian so that you can keep it for years to come. So when your children come up and start to be in grade 2 or grade 4, you will have that newspaper to show them that you were there. Give yourselves a round of applause. At this time, we want to bring this greet and meet to an end. We want to say thank you to our Minister of Education and Technical and Vocational Training, the Honorable Glennis Hannah Martin. We want to say thank you to our entire executive team led by our permanent secretary and our Director of Education, to all of our Bahamas National Spelling Bee Committee members. We have our chairperson, our assistant chairperson, Mrs. Patronella Rowe. We have our treasurer, Ms. Wanda Williams, our assistant treasurer, Mrs. T. Nicola McKay, and our committee member who's responsible for the orientation night, which will be on Thursday, Mistress Glendina Sawyer Mills. We want to say thank you to all of you. Let's give them a round of applause. We have some other committee members who are joining us. I see Ms. Benaby, who's online. She is our representative from BPL, and some others who are educators who could not be with us today. We want to say thank you to all of our coaches who are in the room. Please wave at us. We have quite a number of coaches and I think a principal. Yeah, you a principal? Okay, but we have a coach. All right, we have about 12 coaches who are in the room right now. And of course, to our bees, we would not be here without you. So give yourselves a round of applause. And last but not least, we want to say a heartfelt thank you to the communication section who made all of this possible. Everything was set up and ready to go. Excellent, excellent job, team. And of course, to the Ministry of Youth, Sports, and Culture for allowing us to use this room. So on behalf of the Bahamas National Spelling Bee and all of our contestants, and of course, our student development section, we want to say thank you for coming out to this greet and meet time, and we say God's blessings upon you. At this time, we are going to ask all of the contestants to remain because we'd like to take a photo with the minister. So please remain. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.